everyone, this is Sandra at the Whispering Well. So today I thought that we could have a look at my vintage decks as promised. I've done this as a hashtag because I thought it might be cool if any of you guys have got vintage decks. You might like to show them. I'd love to see what everyone else has too. So it'd be great if you would like to participate by doing this hashtag. That would be great. As I said, I'd love to see what other people have in the way of vintage decks. So this one is my first vintage deck that I'm going to show you, and this is the one JJ Swiss, but this is where it comes in like the set. So you've got the cards here, and you've also got the book and this little spreadsheet. Now this one is in such good condition. I mean, I think it says 1970 or something on it, but the cards are not. They're 1974. But this is the paper bit that comes with it. You can't see all of it, but just to give you an idea. And that's still in good condition considering the age of it. So there's that with that. Then you've got the book, and you can see what good condition it's in. That tells you all about the cards and some spreads and things like that. I wonder if the book's actually got a date. Yeah, the book is 1970 copyright. But the cards, and again this deck is in like immaculate condition. When I got it, the cards inside were still sealed. And this is a 1974 deck. So as you can see, it's like perfect condition, even the top box. And it's got that lovely feel to it, a bit like the if you felt like the blue box RWS decks, that kind of feel to the cardstock. It's so cool. And as I said, these were already, probably should be doing this, shouldn't I? These were actually sealed when I got them, so you can see they're in like perfect condition. That's how the sides look. That's the backs, but they are in like immaculate condition for a 1974 deck, because you won't be able to see on here, but the copyright is there and it does say 1974 on it, AGM. So yeah, so this is just like your classic pip deck really. Here's some of the pips, here's the cups. It's quite colourful though, to be fair. It is quite colourful. The wands, we've got some swords as well. So yeah, so it's a cool deck. Never actually used it because you know me and pip decks. I mean, when I bought it I thought I might, because I was going to try to get into like Marseille decks, which I did for, you know, tried for a bit, but I can't read with them. So but I've still got this one. I have let go of a lot of my Marseille decks, but I've kept this one because, you know, it's a vintage one. I mean, I don't know if I'll keep it forever, but we'll see. But yeah, that's the back of the box. That is my vintage. Oops, look, we've left some out. Never mind, I'll sort that out later. That is the vintage one JJ Swiss in the deluxe edition, it's called, because you can just buy the red box on its own. So that's the first one. Okay, second one is another Marseille deck. and that's the Tarot Classic. This box is quite battered. I think this one is, I can never remember what they are, you know. 1974. I thought it was, but I didn't want to say before I was completely sure. So this is Tarot Classic, and I got this on eBay. It's still got like the little white book that comes with it, by Stuart R. Kaplan. And like I say, it is quite, looking quite old now, and the box is quite beaten up, but you know, but the cards are in good condition, really good condition for a 1974 deck. Now these have got a different feel, they're slightly shiny, as you can see. Good cardstock though, but slightly shiny, so it's not got that really like powdery, buttery feel of the RWS sort of 1970s decks. Because it's got that bit of a sheen, so they feel kind of more plasticky, I suppose. That's the backs. So yeah, so this is another one, 1974, and all these decks I've managed to pick up for a really good price. I mean, some of them now are silly money on eBay. I've seen the Tarot Classic on there for much more than I paid for it. And that yellow box set that I've just shown is going for much more now as well. I think people kind of suddenly realise, oh, I could get some money for this, and then they kind of go silly and ask extortionate amounts that, you know, most people can't or won't pay. And these are the cups. So here's the Queen of Cups. So yeah, it's a nice deck. Again, it's quite colourful. I do like the colours in it. I like the blue in that Page of Pentacles, and like in the Queen and the King as well, and even in the Knight. That's the King. You would have thought though, wouldn't you, that, well, it's just my mind, but Pentacles, I always think earth and I think green, but it's fine. That's totally fine. I don't mind. The King of Cups actually is in kind of blue and white, but yeah, so that's my Tarot Classic 1974. So let's just put that one to one side, otherwise there's going to be a big mess here of decks and things all over the place. So that's that one. Next is my Aquarium Tarot. Now this is in very bad condition, this box now. It's from 1970, so this I think is my oldest deck. You see the little tabs even come off now, but yeah, this is my oldest because it's 1970, as you can see there. So this is the Aquarium Tarot. It's still got its little white book. It's a bit more kind of off-white now, but and kind of, it's more of a pull-out actually, rather than an actual book. It's more of a pull-out. But that is the instruction book to go with it. It's illustrated by David Paladini. So these are the cards. Let's just show you actually. So this one, again, you know, for the age of it, 1970, it's over 50 years old. It's good condition. And it was funny because this deck, again, I got it on eBay for a really good price. But it was funny because it came with two Queen of Cups. Really weird. So yeah, there's one Queen of Cups, but there is a second one in this deck as well, and I was thinking, is that a thing? But it was obviously just a mistake, because they're exactly the same. It's not like one was put in there because it was slightly different or whatever. But I like this deck. I like the kind of, I love the 70s look of it. I mean, just look like at the people, but also I like the kind of colouring. Some of it looks kind of a bit washed out. There's lots of pinks and sort of purpley colours in it. And I know there was later editions, but this one is the 1970. So, you know, I mean, these type of decks I couldn't part with, really. You know, so yeah, that is our Aquarium Tarot from 1917. It's a very beaten up box here. But look, see, tuck boxes. I'll sort it out later. The next one, and I mean this, guys, this was madness. I think the person just didn't know what they had. This is the new Paladini Tarot, and this, I think, is the sort of first edition of it, because the cover doesn't look like this now on the newer editions. It's not the same. I know there's like a green sort of border, and I think it's got the High Priestess or something on the front. But this one, I got it on eBay for £29, still wrapped. The cellophane was still on this box, and the cards was obviously still wrapped inside, so it's like a brand new deck. And this one is from 1996 in the little white book, which, you know, is perfect because, as I said, the cards were wrapped. So this one I've put into order. I do tend to do that sometimes with my decks, but again, I really like it. I like the artwork, the colours used. You know, they just seem kind of so crisp and clear. You know, with the white, and it's so clear here with the names and everything. I mean, I love this strength card. Look at that. And as you can see, they're perfectly white on the edges because it was brand new, absolutely brand new, never been opened. So I was really lucky, you know, to get this. Look at death. So then we've like got swords, 2 of swords. Oh, look at the 10 of cups, rainbow. I mean, some of them are like kind of like pit cards. Look, 7 of cups and the 6 of cups. But they're not all like that, because look, you've got the 5 there and the 4. So they're not all like that. What else have we got here? Some pentacles. We've got 6 of pentacles. 5, so it's really traditional, doesn't it? 3. I like the 2 actually. Got an ace. And we've got temperance. Look at this devil, guys. How cool is he? How cool is that devil? I love it. I like the tower as well. I just like them all. So that is my Paladini Tarot, from, when did I say, 1996? Yes, 1996, that one. And, you know, I mean, the box does look kind of yellowed a bit, because it's obviously somebody just had it in a drawer, still in its cellophane, which was all kind of just sort of broke away when I took it off. And then the cards were just wrapped inside, so this was a really lucky find. So I'm really pleased to be able to get that. And we've done the Aquarium Tarot. So the next one I have, and this has been out of print for ages, and this is 1993, this one. This is 1993, and this is the Londa Tarot. And this one's been out of print for a long time, I know, and this goes for silly money on eBay now as well, I know. So that's the little white book we've got in there. This is the artist, and I think it tells you there, yeah, 1993, this deck. And this would not be everyone's cup of tea, but I love this deck. I did think about selling it once, but I just can't, because the images are so kind of goth, and some of them remind me of like metal bands that I loved in the 80s, 90s. Well, I still do love them. But yeah, it's not everybody's thing, and obviously it's all kind of very skinny people, but they've got this kind of almost alien look to them. And I just think it's really cool deck. These are the backs, so just plain black with just that design, which is great. No words or anything on the back. The Hermit, look how alien that looks. You see, so I kind of love anything like this. These images kind of speak to me. They wouldn't to everyone, but they do to me. Love this Lover's card, look at that. So, yeah, in the end I couldn't part with it, and as you can see, the cards are still in really good condition. The box is very battered, yes, but the cards are in really excellent condition. So I'm really pleased to have this deck, absolutely. Love it. It's just so cool. So yeah, so that is the Londa Tarot from 1993. So another vintage find. That was also an eBay find, and again I didn't pay silly money for it. Then we have an RWS. Now this one is from, I was trying to find out because it doesn't tell you on the front, and I think it's either 1990 or 1991, that kind of time, in this two-part box. And at one time there was quite a lot of these on eBay, but now there isn't so many, and if you do see them again, it's mad, the money for these ones now as well. They're sort of charging a lot, but on the front it says Ryder and Company, 62 to 65 Chandos Place, London, but there's no actual date. But I think when I bought it, it said it was 1990 or 91, something like that. So that's the box. But again, I've compared this now, because now I've got a blushing full, and this actually, the cardstock feels, if not the same, it's virtually the same, but I think it is the same kind of cardstock. If it's any different, then it's only very slightly. These are the backs, and this one I have put into order. Sorry guys, I know it's probably annoying. Why does she put all her decks back in? Sometimes I just do that just because it's like, because I have anxiety and stuff, and it's like a relaxing thing sometimes for me to do, to just pull decks off the shelf and just put them in order. But look how clear this is. So clear. I mean, obviously it's not a blushing full, because I can tell from this full with my other full in the blushing full deck I have, that it's different, but they're just so clear. There's something about these older cards. I'm really glad I've got this, because this is kind of like having a second copy of like a blushing fool or a blue box, as in lighter blue box than this, which I'm going to show you the blushing fool in a moment. What I'm going to do, actually, without getting them mixed up, because knowing me, I need to have the fool there. So that's there, and then in this bag, which Martin at Tarot in the City sent Crystal Skull to me in this bag. I mean, it's brilliant, I love it. It now houses my blushing fawn, which I've only had for about a week, and you can see the difference though, so let's have a look. So there's our blushing fool, and you can see the skin colour, that he's got that blush to him, and the same with the High Priestess. But honestly, there's virtually no difference. Maybe this one, the sort of 1991, might be slightly, ever so slightly thinner cardstock, but not very much. So there's hardly any difference to it. It says 1971 on the side, but then I found out a while ago that most of the decks say that, but this is not. This is, I think anyway, it's from 1990 or 91. You can see it's in brilliant condition. So that is this deck that comes in this box, and comes with a little white book. And then the last deck, of course, is my recent acquisition of a blushing fool, which I have done a separate video of, so I won't go on about it too much, but I love this and never thought I would get one. And again, I got it for a good price, considering how much they can go for. You see the High Priestess is blushing as well. But this is a really, it's so lovely. I could just sit there feeling the cards and looking at it for ages. When you compare this to like the general RWS that you can just buy in any shop with the blue box, and I think it's the roses and lilies backs or whatever, that deck looks so you know, it's not clear. It looks really like everything melds into one. There's no clear lines, but this is so good. I absolutely love it. So those are my vintage decks, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and also if you fancy doing this hashtag yourself, that would be great. I'd love to see your vintage decks, and I'm sure I'll be back soon with another walkthrough, and I'll talk to you all then. Bye.